So is simply because there's no money to buy gas. Now, how much do we need to purchase fuel to feed power plant? Isaac Ofori-Atta, lead data and research analyst here at the Joy News, joins me with more answers. First, let's start with the liquidity constraint, Kofi.
Well, so the liquidity constraint, we've been talking about it here on Joy News Prime, and this hint was given by the Ghana Energy Commission. Well, according to them, we need that figure on the touch screen, $1.14 billion to buy fuel this year. So we decided to do some sort of computation to look at how much we'll need every month and every day. Well, I mean, you heard Kojopoku on Top Story saying it's not fuel. I mean, but Ghanaians want to know what is actually the problem, because we know the Energy Commission said that plant maintenance costs and fuel restrictions will cause our dependable capacity to fall. And that's what we are facing at the moment. So 1.4 billion, 1.4 billion, that comes down to some $95 million every month, about $3.2 million every day to buy the fuel. Now, we know that because of the current economic, crisis going on, we all know, and you are aware of, the situation with WAPCO and the fact that we get some of the gas or the fuel here, but the ones that we have to depend on N-Gas or the WAP, West African Gas Pipeline, sometimes delays because of the arrears we have. And that we know is one key component causing the current doomsday that we are facing.
Interesting. What are some of these, because look, 1.14 billion is a lot of money. What are some of the sources that we derive funding from to buy fuel to power the plants?
Well, it's actually been absolutely about more than a year since we did the domestic debt exchange program, and I always said that it will cause some sort of problems. And one of the problems it has caused is that it has actually collapsed the local bonds market that we had. And when we declared that we were going to default on most of our debt, we also lost access to the international capital market. So usually, when we have some of these situations, because, the 2024 budget estimates that the total shortfall in the energy sector for 2024 is estimated around more than 23 billion Ghana cedis. If we are very, benevolent and we use $1 to 10 cedis, that's about $2.3 billion. That's the kind of money we need to close that shortfall. Now, usually we were relying on sources like ECG collections. ECG collection is supposed to be the primary source. But we've seen from the various PRC reports that ECG currently is not able to collect, the PRC threshold of 98%. In fact, there was some sort of, period that they were supposed to, collect about, 8 billion Ghana cedis. ECG ended up only collecting 4.9 billion cedis. So that shortfall, who is paying? So if you are relying on ECG for the money for the cash waterfall mechanism, they are not raising enough. And even if they raise enough, exchange rate losses also comes in here. Then another angle is, should we increase tariffs? We already know that the automatic tariff adjustment is in session. And we are already, we are in the second year already, and we've seen the effects. And we've seen that that is still not solving the problem. So the issue about tariff is possibly a no-go area at the moment, because you know what Ghanaians are feeling and all of that. Then government securities. This used to be, a big pool that we could go and get money from the bonds market, from the T-bill market. Let me start from the local bonds market. It's no longer there. It's collapsed. We used to get money from ESLA, Dachi bonds, the GOG bonds. When the government was in trouble, the Bank of Ghana can just come in and bail them out by buying the bonds. But now, they've been asked to sign a 0% financing agreement with the finance ministry. So now the finance ministry needs about 1.4 billion or $3 billion to save the energy sector, to pay for the top-ups.
But they can't go to
the Bank of Ghana because of that 0% financing that we have. T-bill markets, this year, that is what we are surviving on. But currently, because the rate has been reduced, it's no longer lucrative or attractive. So we've seen some marginal under-subscription there. And the last one being the Eurobond, where we were getting, in the last 5 years or 6 years, we were getting $3 billion almost every year. Now that market is no longer available, and we are really struggling. So the issue has to do with money. And we are not the ones saying it. PRC has said it, Gridco has said it. Mines and Energy Committee, Parliament has said it.
Yeah.
And even the ECG said there was a time that they needed money to buy fuel. They told the finance ministry, they said, go ahead and buy, we'll reimburse you. To date, that money has not been paid.
Well, and from our national dialogue, we realized that fund or finance is a major issue
absolutely.
of where we are. But let's talk.